is Angelique. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday, attempt number 4. Because, oh my gosh, I had a phone call. I videotaped this on my phone. So I had a phone call. Then I had somebody show up at the door. Now I've just got somebody driving in my driveway, and it's very distracting outside my office window. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I just invite us to perhaps take a moment to just step in, to become present with where we are right now, because I definitely need this for myself. And I would love to invite you to join me with this as we inhale and exhale. Just feeling where our feet are right now. Inhale and exhale. You're probably going to hear some commotion in the background because my husband just walked in the door and the dog might get loud. Yeah. Labyrinth. It is a place to come and explore and get some guidance for an answer that you're looking for. Maybe you need to know whether you need to have this tough conversation with a friend, or you're looking for a job change, or is this path the right path for me? Or maybe you just need to come and calm down the squirrels that are in your mind, because for me, often a labyrinth walk can be a place for me to go and just tame those squirrels, because I've got 10,000 ideas. I literally would tell my grandma I could give somebody a full-time job taking care of all the ideas I have in my mind. Just like I've got so many things happening at one time. This is a place for me to help calm that squirrel and the hamster wheel, help calm that down. So this labyrinth I painted when my dog passed away. It's got several coats of paint on it. I found this canvas at a thrift store with a picture on it that I liked, and then I changed my mind after a while and didn't like it anymore, so painted over top of it. And it's got quite a few layers because I couldn't figure out exactly the blend or what I wanted it to look like. And so this labyrinth helped me with my grieving process when I lost my dog, and it stays on my wall in my office, and I can pull it down at any time and use it. I also have one that is on a piece of canvas. It's packed away in my my box as I was cleaning up my office today. It's just on a piece of canvas, and I can use that. I can roll it up and take it with me when I go to the park. I can take it with me when I go on a trip or anything like that as well. So labyrinths are something that you can draw and take with you, something that you can use for an art piece in your office. And for quite some time, I've been asking the universe to provide me with a labyrinth that has been on a piece of wood. And my good friend Rosetta was at the thrift store in our local town, and Prairie Labyrinths made this labyrinth, and it was at the thrift store, and she bought it for me. This seed pattern is the very first seed pattern I have a labyrinth I ever walked, and that was at our Fifth Avenue church. Non-denominational, so you don't have to be part of a religious status or anything to walk a labyrinth. It's totally 100% non-denominational. So you start at the beginning, you take your deep breath, set your intention, your focus, maybe your question, maybe it's just to calm your mind. You follow the seed pattern on the pathway all the way into the center. Once you arrive at the center, you stay in the center for as long as you need. If you're looking for some guidance, perhaps staying in the center for a few minutes to see if that guidance or that answer might come to your mind, then you follow that same pathway out. And then I always like to take some time to reflect at the end. So you can reflect by just sitting and having thought. You can reflect by journaling, by doodling, anything like that. So how reflection looks like for you might be a little bit different than it looks like for me, and that's 100% okay. So just take some time at the end to reflect on what that meant for you. So these are just 2 labyrinths that I have, and like I said, I have my third one on a piece of canvas, but I want to take you on a labyrinth journey today on how to draw your own. And in a previous Wellness Wednesday, we did this as well. And I'll show you the same seed pattern, and you can draw it very simply on a piece of paper. And like I said, you can have this at your office desk, you could have this in your office at home, you could have this sitting on your table. It's really interesting to have it sitting on like a coffee table when, if you have kids or grandkids that come over to ask, to open up conversation about what is this and why would you use this. Just a side note, when I was first getting into labyrinths, I did a lot of research, labyrinthsociety.org, read lots of information on there, did lots of YouTube videos, learning how to draw the seed patterns, just learning about what other people thought about labyrinths, having great conversations in the community. And I remember reading or listening to a video, I can't recall exactly what it was, whether I read it or listened to it, but it was about a little, I think it was a video on YouTube, I might have to see if I can find it, about a little boy who had lost his dog. It was his best friend, and they had a labyrinth at their school, and he went and walked the labyrinth. And when he came out to do his reflection, I guess he was talking to his teacher or another adult in the school, and they said in their synopsis of what had happened that it really helped him to find some closure, and closure wasn't the right word, some peace, I guess, in the loss of his dog, because it really loss just affects us all in so many different ways, but so it really helped him with that healing by walking the labyrinth. So that's a pretty powerful tool, and I've seen some pretty powerful evidence of the labyrinths for not only myself, but for my friends and my family that I've brought and have walked with me. It's been amazing. So that's a side note. So take your piece of paper and draw your plus sign, or draw a plus sign near the bottom. And then just small little dots around the outside. It's like you're creating this imaginary square. Okay, so this is start of the seed pattern. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the top of the plus sign, and you're going to make a U, and you're going to take it over and you're going to attach it to that first dot. So what we're trying to do is create walls. So now we go from the top of the plus sign, and if we just come over, the next thing we see is a dot. So we would start on that dot, and we'd make another upside down U. And where can we close off that wall is right here at this plus sign. So you see, we're just creating these walls by attaching where we can go from the center over the top of this top line, the center, all the way over. Just keep going over till we can get no more walls to create. So if we go here and we go here, the next place we would have to go is down to this plus sign here. Come all the way over, bring it out. Again, that U, upside down U, come all the way around. And where is it that the first place that you could connect that line would be this dot. I hope that this is making sense to you. So then we come down, and where's the next place would be this dot, would be this dot. So you come all the way up, again, make that upside down U, and just keep following it around to where can you close off that wall. You close off that wall at the bottom of that plus sign. So now you've got your entrance right here, and you've got your center right here. These are your walls, the lines you drew, and this is your pathway here. This is your pathway. So your finger would follow that pathway all the way around into the center. It might look similar to a maze, but the difference is that a labyrinth has no dead ends. In a maze, we would follow and we would come to a place where it's like, choose left or right. In a labyrinth, we don't have to choose left or right. We can just follow. We don't have to make those decisions. So we're out of that thinking part of our brain about decision this way or that way. This way we can just go in, create that clarity, find that peace, that calm, maybe even perhaps that place for us to find that guidance and that intuition that lives within ourselves for that answer, that question that we're searching for or we're seeking to find guidance with. So yeah, hope this makes sense to you. So that's our labyrinth that you can draw yourself. I invite you to try and draw it. Come back to this video, stop, pause, hit, go, keep playing. And once you get that basic seed pattern down, you'll be surprised at how quickly you can draw them as well. And you can color them in. I've had people that have drawn designs on the pathways, on the pathways when I do a labyrinth class. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So just allow it to be yours. And for today, I want us to just, perhaps, if you want to do your own labyrinth, that's fine, but you can also just follow me along on this one as well as I move my finger along. I'm going to start here at the beginning. I'm just going to take a moment to set my intention as I take a deep breath in and I exhale. And I'm just ever so slowly going to follow the pathway along. And there'll be some silence here now. Look what happened. I followed myself all the way back. I didn't even make it to the center. Maybe, isn't that interesting? Maybe I'm just going to look at it a little bit differently from this perspective. I was looking at it from the side, and I actually had this happen to a gentleman that was in a class that I was doing. He did the same thing, and he was like, why, what happened? And I said, well, maybe you were just not focused at where you were putting your feet or your finger. There's lots of things. So he took some time to reflect a little bit and then did the labyrinth again and ended up going back into the center twice. So I was like, maybe there's something there that is just about like slowing down and really paying attention. So I'm going to try this one more time. So you ready? Set your intention. Inhale. Exhale all the way up. Take a breath or two in the middle. Again, you can stay here as long as you want. Pause the video if you need to. Then when you're ready, let's make our way back out. Nice. Take some time to reflect. Let me know how you like Wellness Wednesday series, the Labyrinth. Is there something that you would maybe like to explore on a Wellness Wednesday? Let me know in the comments. Yeah. I hope that you can find some peace and calm and some guidance and some answers, perhaps, in your Labyrinth journey. All right. I'll see you in the next Wellness Wednesday video. If you're curious about more stuff that I do a daily laughter yoga and breath work short. So you can always check that out here on my channel as well. All right, I'll see you again. And as I say in my laughter yoga videos, share a smile with a stranger because you never know. It may just change their day. It might change yours too.